Hello, everybody. It's Mindy, and I am recording a whip and trap. Now, that may not sound like a big deal, but let me tell you what, it was a big deal. I'll tell you all about it here in a second. But first of all, let's tell you what I'm working on. So I have my TJ pen, love it. I have my Firefly tray. It's an Ignite. I got this one out just because of the color. I liked the color for this. Working with my T-Mob box of square containers for my drills. My cover minder from Saban. Thank you, Saban. It's so pretty. And I'm working on Sunrise by the Sea. Chuck Pinson for the Chuck-along. Yes, I am. All right, so let's get this uncovered here. I've worked on this section already. I worked on it last night for a little bit. See, it looked good. I got quite a bit done on that section. Well, you know, quite a bit is a relative term, I suppose. Relative term. Okay, let's pick a color that will keep us busy for a while. Busy for a while. Oh, let's do something pretty. Let's do the $sign. The $sign is one of the teals in the teal lighthouse. As you can tell, I'm actually working on the lighthouse right now. When I turned my light pad off last night, I was like, oh, I knew I was doing the door of the keeper's part of the house. And I knew I was working on this archway of flowers. But when I turned it off, man, I was like, ooh, that looks really good. It looks really, really good. All right, so we got some drills here. We can roll. All right, so let me first of all tell you what the issue was. My issue. Well, first of all, just let me tell you about my day. I'll tell you about my day first of all. So my day has been quite busy. Started out this morning with Ms. Tifa needing to get taken to the vet. I made an appointment for her the other day because I knew she wasn't feeling very good. And I had determined that she was really having some issues with some of her teeth. Now, she doesn't have very many teeth, okay? And dachshunds are notorious for that issue, having teeth problems. Like Ms. Toffee has no teeth. And Miss Tifa only had a few, right? I know she doesn't have very many. She had her two bottom canines, which was always kind of cute. Her little canines would stick out, and they look like little fangs, kind of, sticking up out of her lower mouth. Anyhow, she went to the vet the other day, and they looked at her, and they gave me some antibiotics and some pain medicine. Pulled a tooth while we were at the vet, just pulled a tooth right there because it was basically just dangling out of her mouth like a kindergartner, So they just grabbed a hold of it and it came right out in the lady's hand pretty much. But we made an appointment for her to go back and have a complete dental, which was going to be cleaning her teeth. Okay, so they didn't clean any teeth today. And pull anything that was infected or, was not a viable tooth any longer. Okay, so Dale has been over at his daughter's house all weekend long working on a new deck. He's rebuilding her deck. And he was going back over there today, and it's in the same town where the vet is. It's about 15, 20 minutes from our house. So he said, well, I'll just take her and drop her off, and then I'll go back over and work on the deck. And I'm like, okay, that sounds good to me. Because I also had a dentist appointment today. All about the dentist today, apparently. We're all going to the dentist. So he took her. They called me, asked me about her meds this morning, what she got. I told them what she got, and they were like, okay, that's fine. Okay. They didn't tell me not to give it to her, so I figured I was okay. I got a drill here with like excess plastic on the bottom of it. I'm trying to sort it out here. Yeah, got it out of there. And so then they were going to, get to work on her. So I went off to the dentist. I had my crown done. Oh, it must be 3 weeks now, probably. And it had still been kind of hurting when I would bite down on something very hard. Like if I was to chew on a piece of steak or pork chop or something like that. Or my gummy vitamins I take in the morning. I noticed it on those first. that I would chew, I would bite down, and it, it takes a little bit of work to chew the gummy vitamin, and it would be hurting. So I had an appointment to go have them look at it. So I got to the dentist. They determined that it was probably a bite issue, which is what I was hoping. If you've ever had work done that requires your bite to change, how your teeth come together, yeah, you'll understand that. So he worked up just a few minutes and ground some of it down, filed some of it down, the new crown, and I paid my bill. I hadn't paid my bill yet because when I was there to get the crown done originally, they wanted to wait for insurance. There were some questions she had about what the insurance was going to pay, and rather than have me pay something and then have to bill me later, she said, let me just wait until the insurance comes through and then I'll bill you. So today I was like, I didn't get a bill yet. And she goes, oh, yep, let me look at it. She looked at it and she figured it all out. Now, I will say this. Our retirement insurance through Dale, through the state, is pretty darn good. I walked out of there with a bill for $161 for my crown. They cost like $1,500, $1,600. So $161, I was quite pleased. But that was my first expense of the day. $161 at the dentist. Okay? Then I'm on my way home and I'm talking to the dentist. Not the dentist. The vet calls. Sorry, the vet. The vet calls and she's like, Tifa is done. I want to touch base and let you know what we did. She said, unfortunately, we weren't able to save any of the teeth. All of the canines, and she had her 4 canines, the 2 top and the 2 bottoms. She said they were all infected. And then she had 3 teeth on the lower left or something, and they were all in bad shape as well. So we did end up pulling all of her teeth. So I'm guessing it was 7 teeth. From the best I can figure, it was 7 teeth. They're gone. So my doggie is now toothless. Yeah, so she will come home with no teeth. She will have some sutures in some of them because they had some deep holes that needed to be, stitched together. She'll need to be on complete soft food for a little while until that stuff all heals up in there. And she said she might be, we gave her a good pain med shot, and you have the pain meds from last week. Keep her on those. That will keep her comfortable. She said, I think she'll actually really be feeling better. I mean, she might have a little soreness and stuff from the actual dental procedures, but she felt that she would probably feel overall better just getting all of that nastiness out of her mouth. So I pick her up today at 3. I'm trying to get this whip and chat done quickly now so that I can get out of here and go pick her up. I should have called Dale. To see how long he was going to stay in the little town over there. And maybe he could have picked her up and come home, but I'll just go get her. Anyhow, I'm just thinking, how much is that going to cost me? That's my thought right now. How much is that going to cost? I am certain it's not going to be cheap. They wanted to do blood work, to make sure that she would be okay for anesthesia. And then, well, I did save on the cleaning because there was no cleaning taking place, right? It was just basically extractions. I never got charged for the tooth they pulled last week when we were at the vet. They did not charge me for that. They just, it was so easy. They just gave it a little tug and it came right out in her hand. I'm like, okay. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to seeing that bill when I get there. I'm going to be a little scared. Yeah. So then I'm on my way home. I went to the taco place today because Dale couldn't. He said, you're going to be right up there. You're going to be right by it. Why don't you just stop into the taco place and see if there's crates? And I'm like, okay, I'll go. I'll go to the trash dumpster. I'm not going in, though. He said, you don't have to go in the dumpster. They're usually just sitting out behind the dumpster. And I'm like, okay. So I pull up, and there was one crate. That was it, one. And boy, the whole place around that dumpster stunk. I was like, oh man, it's gross. I grabbed that crate, threw it in the back of my car, and I got out of there as quick as I could. And I'm like, oh no, no, my car stinks. Well, my car didn't stink all that bad from the one crate. I just needed to get further away from the dumpster that was so disgustingly gross. Ugh. So I took my crate and ran. Yeah. Headed home. Stopped at Dollar General because I wanted to get some more cold medicine. While I was there, I got cold medicine, I got a pop, and I got some crackers because crackers are my friend lately. I like crackers lately. So I grabbed some of those, headed home to record my whip and chat. I wanted to record a couple videos, but the main one for today was my whip and chat. Well, I get ready to go. Get my little microphone thing, get my tripod, bring it into the office, and I start expanding the legs out. Now, let me say this. The tripod has not been perfect. It had one of the legs, because there's like these little clasps. You clasp and it tightens down. You pull it back to loosen, right? When you loosen, you can pull the legs out. Then you clasp it back and it holds it in place. Well, the one leg, it wasn't holding the leg in place anymore. So the leg kept trying to like go back up in, you know? So I had dealt with that by putting a piece of tape around the leg. And then the leg could not slide back up into the upper portion. So that's how I'd been dealing with it for several weeks now. Quite a while, actually. Sorry, I needed a drink. So I don't undo that one section at all anymore. And I don't push the lower legs in because you do it twice. There's two sections. And I just don't do the lower part of the legs anymore at all. They just stay stationary. Okay. Well, I was undoing them and getting things set, and all of a sudden a leg falls on the floor. And it was that one that hasn't been working very well. It just fell right out and fell on the floor. And I was like, oh, well, that's fun. I looked at it and I was like, little broken pieces of plastic are on the floor. And I'm like, I can't fix that. Nope, I cannot fix that. So I was like, okay, I have a couple of other recording devices. I was trying to explain this to Sue earlier. I was like, I can't use the lazy arm, or Stiffy as we call him. I can't use Stiffy because Stiffy's clamp system doesn't open wide enough to go over, say, my kitchen table. Okay, so I can't record at my kitchen table with Stiffy. I can't come in here to my office and clamp it to anything. It cannot clamp to my desk. There's no way for Stiffy to clamp to my desk. I suppose I could somehow clamp it to my little tiny table that I work on, but that just seemed like, no, I don't want to do that either. So I had another device, and it is like a selfie stick / tripod. So it will be a selfie stick that you can hold in your hand, or it has legs that it could be a tripod. And so I started playing with that to no avail. To no avail. It would not stand up on my desk the way that I needed it to actually hold my phone to record. It was too heavy that way, and it would just fall over. I'm like, okay, I'm back to square one. I need a tripod, right? I need a tripod. So I'm like, okay, I can't record my whip and chat yet. Let's go to Walmart. I get to Walmart, and I get to that whole section that has, those types of items. And all I could find were like selfie sticks and things like I already had. Selfie sticks with legs, things like that. And I'm like, no. I already have that item. That's not what I'm looking for. I was getting frustrated. I'm like, oh, I am going to have to like go somewhere else. I'm going to have to go into the big town. Oh man, I missed 2 of those. Seriously? Ugh, just put them away, and I've missed 2. I'm going to have to go into the big town and like find, you know, I was just at Walmart. I'm going to have to either find like a Best Buy or something else, you know, where I can get a tripod. I don't have time to wait for something to come on Amazon or something. So I turned around to leave. Oh, you're not going to believe this. I just reached in that little jar and I took out the 2 drills I needed. And I look over here on this edge right here, and there are 2 drills that never came out. They knew they needed to stay in the tray to go on this painting, but I didn't see them over here, hiding in the corner. So now I have 4 drills of this color. I don't need 4. Oh, do I? Check again. Check again. Double check. Double check. Triple check. I don't need them. I really don't need them. Okay. I'm glad I didn't put it away. Okay. I turned around to leave, and I walked down to the other end of this aisle, and I was like, ah, there they are. There's the tripods. Made my day. I'm like, okay, grab me a tripod. Then I got home with said tripod and my lunch. Had lunch first and went to set up this tripod, because they don't come with your like phone holder on the top. They just come with a place where you can screw whatever you want to screw into the top of the tripod. Like if you had a camera or something, there's a little piece that you could screw into your camera and then screw that into the tripod, whatever. But I needed to attach the phone holder to the tripod. So I'm like, okay, how does this work? It's been a long time. It's a little different, just a little different than the one I already have. It's the same brand and everything, but you know, they've updated and things like that. So I'm looking at the old one, looking at the new one, looking at the old one, looking at the new one. How do I make this thing work? How do I get it all set up? I fussed with that thing for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I don't know. Until I finally got it all set up to work. Like, I'm used to it working. I'm like, okay. So now I've got my tripod going. I'm thinking to myself, I wished I wouldn't have stopped at Dollar Tree. Not Dollar Tree, Dollar General. Because I could have gotten everything I got at Dollar General at Walmart a lot cheaper. But it is what it is. So I got the tripod, got it figured out finally, and I'm able to record my whip and chat. Ooh, it's been one of them days. It has been one of them days, folks. And I really literally only have a few minutes here, and I might have to actually just stop recording my whip and chat at some point. I'm trying to keep an eye on the time. I'm looking at my computer over here for the time, because I do have to pick up Miss Tifa. And I know she's not going to be a happy camper. I know she's not going to be happy. I just want to get her, and I'll let her sit with me probably in my lap, which I know is dangerous, but I'll probably just let her sit in my lap on the drive home and snuggle her. She'll probably just lay there and like fall asleep, you know. They needed to keep her for a little longer to make sure she wakes up from the anesthesia and everything's fine, you know, but they said she was doing great and they didn't have any concerns. So poor thing. She's going to be toothless now, too. I'm going to have 2 toothless puppy dogs. No teeth. Well, I told her when she left this morning with Dale, I said, bye, sweetie. I said, you know, have a good day. It's going to be rough. I know it's going to be rough, but, you know, I'll see you when you get home. I felt kind of weird doing that, but I'll see you when you get home. Anyhow, that's been my day so far. And I still have to schedule the book live. I got to do that before I go get Tifa. I don't have to, but I will. Anyhow, it's been a crazy kind of day. Not all days are like that, right? Those days when I just sit home all day, I'm like, oh, yeah. It's hot, okay? It's hot. Let me just say that. It's like the furnace is opened up and just cut loose out there. Now, with that being said, some of you will laugh at me. I don't think it's hit 90. It may have hit 90, but it's definitely been in the high 80s, and it's in the feels like 90 something kind of weather is where we're at. It's been like that for several days now. Several days. Yeah. I do not know what's happening to my voice right now, but something's happening. So we're coming to the end of it. I think it's been a good 3 days of hot heat, mugginess, and we're supposed to have some thunderstorms. I know. It has not rained since the big storm. Since the big storm went through, we have not had one drop of rain. So we need some rain, but definitely not looking forward to that word, thunderstorms. Yeah. We know what the last one did. Not looking forward to it. And it was kind of the same situation last time, where it had been extremely hot and muggy the day of the storm, and then all hell cut loose, right? The storm just roared through, and it was not good. I'm not looking forward to having a storm again. Just not looking forward to that at all. So I'll be looking forward to the cooler weather that's following behind. I don't have room for all 4 of you there. I'm so sorry. I thought there were room for 4. I was wrong. But yeah, storm, I'm not ready for all that. Not ready for it. I thought Dale was going to be coming home earlier today because it's so hot. And he's been working on this deck now for 3 days. 3 days in the heat, in the hot. 3 days. He was a little late yesterday because he was whipped. He was tired. And he just really couldn't get up out of bed yesterday. He stayed in bed. I just saw, somebody called this bacon, this symbol. They called it bacon one day. And now every time I see it, all I can think of is, yep, it looks like bacon. So now I guess I'm calling it bacon, the symbol. And there's one right here. One little bacon right here. Why? Why is there one? I've had that happen many times already on this painting where there is one drill of a color. Like right here, we have 2. There's 2 drills. It's this little clover, and there's 2 of them. That's the same drill that down here somewhere, there was 1 of the clovers. And there was another symbol that had 1. I was like, oh, okay. This one right here, there's 1. Or maybe I didn't do that symbol. There's 1. I don't know. Lots of solo flyers here. But yeah, I don't want the storm. Don't want the storm to come. But what am I going to do? I can't stop it. You know, cross my fingers that it's not as bad as it was last time, because that was terrible. But so we are in Chuck Pinson time. Chuck along 8. I'm doing really good. I'm really impressed with my progress so far. I'm coming up the side. I've decided that the way for me to work on these big ones on this little small table is to go top to bottom, because that's never as big as the width. So I can roll it up. It's all rolled up at that end. It's rolled up, and I've got it clipped together. And so it just kind of sits at the end of my table over there. So all that hangs off is, there's a little bit hanging off the edge, and it works. So I'm going to keep doing it this way. The top to bottom system, I think it works. For this table, anyhow, for this table, it's working. But I'm working up one edge right now, and after this section right here, I have Hang on, those didn't get up quite enough. Move it, move it. I have 1.5. Well, yeah, about 1.25, 1.33. I don't know, something like that left to do up here. And then this whole row, top to bottom, is done. I'm pretty impressed with that. I'm pretty impressed with that. I just got to keep up the memento. Now, I don't believe that this is enough to, if I keep up this pace, it's not enough to finish in September. I got to have some days where I can squeeze in an extra section or something, because I know this isn't enough to finish, but we're giving it a go. We are giving it a go, and it's looking really good. I like it. I like it a lot. How is yours going? How is your chuck going if you're doing a chuck? You might not be doing a chuck. How's it going if you are? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to go out of my little area here to get that other bacon. Because there's no more bacon over there. I might as well get all the bacon while I'm right here. I want all the bacon. Get all of the bacon. You know, it's funny how symbols. I never called it the bacon before. I just called it 2 wavy lines. That was my fancy name for it. It's 2 wavy lines. Now it will forever and always be called bacon. Yeah, and I don't even really like bacon that much. I'm not one of those people that likes bacon. It's okay sometimes, once in a while, but I'm not a bacon lover. So anyhow, there's that. I went live with Brandy Monday night, and we gave away our last prizes for smashing the specials. We gave away prizes week 4 and the grand prize. Sometime today I will post those on Facebook, but I will tell you, well, week 4, she's already claimed the prize. I've already had an email from her. I just got to go look. That was Carrie Phillips. So congratulations, Carrie, won for week 4. And Deborah Allender is the grand prize winner. And Brandy does the spreadsheet for us. And she was like, yeah, they have both really done quite a few. And so that is so nice to hear, that the people winning the prizes are actually completing quite a few. Oh, it's quitting time at the pallet factory. I was like, what's all that noise? It's just the people leaving the pallet factory, driving fast down our dirt road, kicking up a ruckus out there. So it's nice to hear, anyhow, that the people winning are really participants, and really, you know, not that you all weren't. If you posted something, you had to post something to have your name in the drawing at all, but, you know, it's just nice to hear that people did more than one. They did a lot. Oh, I see a bacon. Bacon, bacon, bacon. Right there. We got some bacon. I'm getting ready to do these arrows, because now I'm making like siding, as you can tell. We're making like shiplap kind of siding on our lighthouse. Teal and brown. I don't know what the arrow is. This is definitely like brown. All right. I think it's safe. I think it's safe to put the bacon away for now. Put the bacon away. Yesterday, after Dale was done working on the deck, he gathered up the grandkids, and he brought the grandkids over here, and they went to a little park that's just a few miles from our house. And they've got a lake there, and you can swim. So he took them over there swimming. Oh, this is a dark gray. So it's going to kind of blend with the teals. So they went over and they swam, and that allowed his daughter to like go to the store and get some groceries without the kids and stuff. Then she came and she picked them up. They were here just running around, running all over the place, checking out all of the new areas that he opened up back there by the flower garden when he cut down trees and bushes. And they were just having a good old time. They have a blast when they're here. And Dale is he's one of these people. He's very laid back with the kids. It's like he doesn't feel the need to know where they're at all the time. Where I'm like, where are they at? Where are they at? What are they doing? What are they into? And especially when they start running around out back. I mean, because when I went out there and I was with them, I see what they do. They have no concept of like staying in certain areas. There's poison ivy out there all over the place. And all I think is they're going to go willy-nilly all over the place off the paths. The paths are pretty poison ivy free. But the rest of the area is not. They're going to get poison ivy. Or they're going to, I don't know, they're going to do something back there they're not supposed to do. I don't know. I'm more of I want to know what they're doing and where they're at. And Dale's just like, yeah, they're kids. What's going to happen? Like, well, they're going to fall and get hurt back there in the woodsy area. They're going to get poison ivy. They're going to get stabbed by something because there's pokey bushes and pokey trees. And I don't know. I have a harder time with that. Let them go. Let them go. I can't. So the best thing for me to do, he's in charge. He's the responsible party. I just come in the house. And I'm like, I'll just stay in here. And if I don't know where they're at, I don't know what they're doing, then I don't have to worry about it. Right? It's kind of like that. I just put my head in the sand and I don't know. If I don't know, I don't have to worry about it. He's taking care of it. He's taking care of it. His job, his responsibility. It's all good. I don't know if it's all good or not, but that's the way I have to look at it. Yep. You handle it. You handle it, honey. And then his daughter got here, and I've heard people talk about the term hangry before, but I don't really know anybody who actually gets that hangry thing. Oh, I do now. I do now. She was ready to go from the second she walked out back and found us, and she's like, let's go, I'm hungry. And oh boy, it didn't get better after that. She continued to let us know that she was hungry and she wanted to go and let's go. And she was, and I'm like, wow, I have never actually seen hangry in action before, but I have now. I have now. Oh boy, that was interesting. So she was not here very long once she came to pick them up. Clearly, they had to go. And then she let one of the twins come in. They're the younger ones. Let one of them come in to get water. They're in the car. They're literally all in the car, ready to go. And he wants water. So apparently he had some bottle or something he brought in to get water out of the refrigerator. My thought was, just go. You're in the car. You'll be home in 15 minutes. Just go. You're not going to die in 15 minutes without having your water refill there, right? That was my first thought. Then I came in the house after they left to my kitchen to find water all over my kitchen floor. And I was like, really? Really? I mean, apparently, if you have an auto water dispenser on your refrigerator, the water comes out of a little tiny hole, right? I mean, a little hole. There's a little hose that comes out. And if you don't get that little hose into your water bottle, you know what's going to happen. It went all over the place. So here I am, like, guess I gotta clean up the floor. I said to Dale, I said, I think we should call her phone, call Mom's phone, and ask to talk to the kid. I need to talk to Emerson, right? Get him on the phone and be like, hey, listen, I gotta discuss something with you. You know? Yeah. But we didn't. We did not call and say, hey. I mean, what was the point? At that point, I guess, there was no point. But all of the training we did this summer with that refrigerator and the ice and the water, and you put the ice in first and then the water. I don't know if he was trying to get ice in the bottle too or what he was doing, but I have no idea. But all of our hard work, all of that training, teaching the refrigerator, down the tubes. Oh, goodness. So tonight we finish up our book in book club and start a new one for next week. We're working on a series. Karen Hawkins is the author. We're on the third book. We're starting the third one. And then we're going to move on to something completely different. And Brandy's not going to be ready for it. But we're going to do it anyhow. So it is time. It is time to read something with a little spice to it. These books that we were reading, we've read 3 of them now, or will be 3 when we finish the next one. 3 in a row of just a very cozy little hometown kind of. There's a little romance in it, but it's not romance. It's not romance. It's just a feel-good kind of story. We're ready for some bada bing, bada boom kind of stuff, Hold on, Brandy. It's coming. Give us a few weeks. Gotta get through this last book. It's on its way. Look out. So, anyhow, I do have to go. I have no idea how long this Whip and Chat is. Make sure you are posting your pictures in Diamond Moments and Krafts Facebook group. There is a week 1 post. And it will be up until the 7th, 1 through 7. And then the comments will be turned off that one so that Maritza can do our spreadsheet. Thank you, Maritza. I love you guys that do spreadsheets because I don't have a clue how to even make a spreadsheet. I don't. I've never had to make a spreadsheet. All I ever had to do at school was sometimes I'd have to add some data to a spreadsheet. I was always freaking out too that I was going to mess up the whole spreadsheet. Every time I had to go in and do anything, I was like, oh, I'm going to mess this up. I'm going to delete the whole thing. Somebody's going to be mad at me. I'd have to put scores in or something. I'm going to mess it all up. I don't think I ever did, but I'm not a spreadsheet person. I am just not a spreadsheet person. So thank you, Maritza. Thank you, Brandy, for doing spreadsheets. I'd be useless. Okay? But she will collect all the info for week 1, which is a start and a progress. Don't forget, getting towards the end of the week, don't forget to come back and post a progress picture because that will be your second entry, right? I believe I have 4 diamond paintings to give away. I believe that's correct. I have some cover minders to give away. So I have the paintings. I have cover minders. I'll be able to put cover minders in the painting to ship them out. And we have 4 gift cards from Diamond Art Club. Those are our prizes, folks. Yay, right? So don't forget, get your start and your progress for this week. And then after that, it'll be just a progress only for week 2. So 1 post for week 2, progress for week 3, and then week 4, you get to do a progress and a finish if you get a finish. If you don't finish, well, you don't get that point for a finish. People ask, we have to finish. No, you don't have to finish. You would just not get that final point if you don't finish. So it's not really that big a deal, right? It's just one less opportunity to win a prize. That's all. All right. I'm going to go now and go pick up my puppy dog and give her lots of hugs and get used to her different look and different smile and, all that stuff. I know. So I'll have 2 dogs that sleep with their tongues hanging out their mouth now. But I'm certain she's going to feel better. That is the most important thing, is that she will feel better, get all that rotten nastiness out of her mouth. So, yep, she'll be feeling good. It might take a couple days. It'll take her a couple days to start feeling better, but I know that she will. All right. I'm going to go pick up the little sweetheart and get her home and give her lots of hugs and cuddles and snuggles and stuff. So, all right. I will talk to everybody soon. Man, that door looks really good from here. It doesn't look, and it's a roof. I made a roof. Raise the roof. Raise the roof. I'm making another roof, too. I'm making the other part of the house's roof. Wow. It's interesting what you see when you stand back and look. Because it didn't look like that when I was up close. It's looking good. It's looking so good. And this whole section I've just done through here, it's got like 5 ABs in it. There's a red, an orange, a purple, a pink, and I think there might be a yellow. All in right here, these flowers. But you can't see all the flowers. Here, I'll show you all the flowers. Hang on. Let me back you up. There's where all the ABs are. Down here. Look at it. And I made a bird. Somewhere along the way, I made a bird. Isn't it pretty? All right. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good week, everybody.